Welcome everyone to TradePoint FX weekly outlook. This morning I shall be running you through what we have for this week, and here on my hot list for this week at this pair you can see it on your screen in the New Zealand dollar versus Swiss franc, that is NZD-CHF, then NZD card, from there down to GBP USD. So altogether we have about 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 pairs to analyze together, and I would want to run through this in the next 20 minutes, at most 30 minutes. So let's get started. So I will start my analysis right from the daily time frame, then back to each one. So I have done the analysis before this video just to cut down the time. Looking at the NZ-CHF daily time frame, we can see that this particular pair is clearly in a downtrend. So being a trend trader, we are only looking for sales in this particular market. We're only looking for the selling opportunity in this market. So we can see that right now we have complete retouch on this downtrend line. The first, the second, and market just did the third touch and coming down. So we should expect market to move from here down to this point. That is our expectation for this market, or at least to this last created low here. So that being said, we can see we still have more opportunity on this market down to this side. Therefore, let me go to the lower time frame of H4. What do we have in H4? We can see clearly in H4. Here in H4, a chart reversal pattern has been created, which is the head and shoulder. So the left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder here. Then we should be expecting something like this. So what is our possible entry? Our possible entry on this trade is, let's hope markets break through this support level here, down here to a level like this, then go back for a retest, a possible retest. Then we take our sell to either of this level here or down to this level. But then let's wait for what market has for us. So our possible entry, again I'll repeat, on this pair is, if price should break through this resistance, this support level down to this level, then go for a retest here, then we take a shot. I believe this is clear enough. So we have something like this. We should be expecting something like this later in the week. Yeah, at least 1:6. So I believe this is clear enough, and I'm done with it. So this is the hottest pair on our hot list for this week. Then from there, let's check out the second pair quickly. NZD card. Okay. Okay, back to NZDCHF again. I would like to also make another possible entry, something like this. Join this downtrend line to connect to point one, then point two here exactly. So here is the first point, the second point, and the possible third point. I believe that is clear enough. The first touch here, the second touch already happened, then the possible third touch here, where we look to take our entry. So that is that about NZDCHF. Let's hope market gives us what we are expecting here. Then to NZD card, let me start from the daily time frame. NZD card 2, we can see here right on the daily time frame that it's in a strong downtrend, a strong bearish movement too. So what you are looking for also in this market is only sales. I believe this is clear enough. Let's go down to the lower time frame of H4. Okay, this is the first idea. In fact, market has already reacted to the third point, the possible third point. Yeah. So but we can still expect market to retest this properly, this zone properly. It might and might not happen. However, I will always update us here on the WhatsApp group for possible entry or when the market is ready. Okay, that is that about NZD card. Our possible entry too should be here, around here. Too. If this channel, we have here, that is if it fails, this particular downtrend line, if it fails, then we expect market to move up to this level, then come down. However, we can still expect our movement within this channel. Okay, then the third one on the list, also from the downtrend, from the D1 rather, this also is clearly on a downtrend. Even if you go to a much bigger time frame like the W1, we see that the Euro CHF has been on a downtrend with kind of ranging movement. So our interest here is sales too. We are looking for sales only too. Sales only. Okay, our possible entry for this also is this now. Going to H4, we have a reversal pattern to here. Yeah. So I would like to switch to H4 now. Okay, very good. Let's see what market will present, how it will present itself in the course of the week. However, I still expect price to move a little bit down to like this area, then test this leg line, then before the downward move. So now we still expect price to come down at least before bouncing back up to. So our interest to is something like this, anywhere around here. I believe that is clear on that. Then moving on to Euro card. Let's start from daily as well. Euro card is not really very bearish, however it's not bullish as well. You can see the pattern here. It moved from this particular point here, then here, then the range, the ranging market, ranging market, ranging market, ranging market. It broke this support level here, then it became a resistance to, then went back to retest it. So now we are seeing a movement to the downside. So also going to the H4. It's not a really clear head and shoulder pattern, but you still have something like that. Let's look at it here. The left shoulder, you can call this the head. Then we had the right shoulder before this movement here. I believe you can see it. I believe this is clear enough. You can see this. So what is our interest? Our two major interests is we can expect price to follow this downtrend we have here currently. This downtrend here to here, then back here, giving us something like this. We can expect this or expect a major pullback to this zone. I'll show you how we should expect a major pullback from anywhere from here, then it goes up to this point, then comes down. So our two possible entry for here should be this now, this point here. If there's confirmation, we can take it, or this other point here. So I want to believe I've made justice, but I'll be very much interested in this first point. This first point, because this downtrend line is still valid. This first point here, this point here, I'll be interested in it because this downtrend line is very valid. It's still very valid. Okay, let's move on to the next one quickly. The Euro AUD. Let's check the D1. Okay, the Euro AUD moved from the bullish market here, moved from this bullish market now to this bearish market. So you can say now that the retracement of this bearish market might be the continuation of the bullish market. I have my Fibonacci retracement to prove that. Let's pick it then from the lowest point here to the last created high here. So you can see the 0.18 here, 0.168 level. That is the strongest level for a Fibonacci retracement, which is this particular zone I've marked. So I don't like keeping my Fibonacci, so I have used this zone to mark it out. So I will kindly delete the Fibonacci retracement. So we should be expecting this downward movement to get to this point, here. So let's take it back to the H4. So our possible entry here is, if we should see any retracement back to this trend line here, then we take our entry down to this zone. Any pullback to test this line. So by that time we'll be having our third touch on the trend line. So this will be the first touch, the second touch, then the possible touch for our entry here. So we should be expecting something like this. For GBP AUD, we should be expecting something like this. Quickly, let's move to the next one, which is NZD USD. Okay, the daily first. This market too is clearly in a downtrend on the daily time frame, so I don't want to dwell much on that. So let's move to H4. Okay, this last support has been broken, so we are expecting we should be expecting a pullback to this zone, then down here. So that will also give us double confirmation, one for the resistance of the support zone that has now become resistance, and a third touch on this downtrend line. I will show you the first touch. This is the first touch up here, the first touch here, then here you have the second touch, then the third possible touch here. So number 3, we should be expecting a kind of pullback to this zone and this third touch before we take our sales. So we should be expecting something like this, at least for NZD USD. Quickly, then move to the next one again, AUD USD. Okay, AUD USD, AUD JPY from the daily. What do we have for the daily? Okay, it's clearly in a downtrend zone from the daily. Let me show us why I say it is clearly in a downtrend. The first touch here, the second touch, it just made this third touch last week, and it is coming down. Although it is encountering a kind of uptrend. However, since we know the downtrend is still somehow strong, let's go to H4 and look for possible entry. Our possible entry here on H4 is this point. So if you have a possible pullback to touch this downtrend line, then we short at least to this point. So that is that about that too. And that will also be the third touch on this downtrend line. We've gotten our first two touches, point 1, point 2, and this point 3 will be our possible entry for AUDJPY. So that is that about that. Then GBP card, the daily. Okay. We have a strong movement on GBP card. It's really not a very bearish market anyway, but then on H4 the trend is bearish, and he actually created a bearish reversal pattern. So also we have this here, the left shoulder here, then the head here, then the right shoulder was created. I missed this trade because it didn't give me a perfect entry last week. So here is the right shoulder before this drop. The market was around here last week. I expected it to retrace to this neckline before this drop. However, market didn't give me what I want, just tap into the zone and dropped massively. So that being said, we hope this market retrace from anywhere from here to touch this trend line at least and comes down, or we can expect it to, depending on the momentum of the market, and so the pullback can be as strong as this trend line here, or this particular zone it just broke, this particular zone here, or this trend line. So we should be expecting something around this area, then drop. So that is that about GBP card. AUD USD 2 is in a strong bearish trend. We can see it clearly. You can see the whole bearish move here. The whole bearish move. This is the whole bearish move. Yeah. So you can see on daily time frame that the AUD USD is bearish. However, I think I got this trade to here last week. There was a touch on the trend line, so the first touch here, the second, the third, and yeah, it came for the fourth here. So let me go quickly to the H4 of this. So here was my trade last week. The H4 made the touch, but I took my entry on a lower time frame like H1. Yeah, this candle rejection here. At the rejection of this 1 hour candle, I took my entry, then bam, it went, retested it, then dropped. but that is not what you are here for this morning. Okay. Okay. So what should we be expecting? Anything. Should be expecting anything from price retesting this support zone that has been intercepted now. This support zone price can actually retest it, or even the trend line, or continue selling. But you are interested in selling, so let's say the price pulls back to this point, then it drops. So a pullback to this zone, then it drops. The pullback can be as strong as this anyway to touch this and drop, but then it is all still within our newly created resistance level, so you can keep an eye on that. They are not very ready. It might not even be this week, it might be next week, it might be this week, maybe later in the week by Wednesday, Thursday, or even Friday. So we follow the market. We don't just jump. Our own is just to watch and see what the market will give to us. So that being said, let's go to the final one on the list, GBP USD. GBP USD 2 is in a strong bearish trend. Let's see that on D1. So we can see that on D1 here. First touch, second touch here, and third touch. I got in on the third touch last week, but got out very quickly. And this taught me another lesson of my life. Market has always been teaching me that lesson, but I've refused to learn. And you know what? Something about the market, it will teach you as many times as you need to learn. So yeah, we are going to the H1. Okay, so I got my entry here and I got out very quickly after about 50 pips, while I could have held my trade and get about 350 to 400 pips. Very painful. I couldn't catch any of this trade or this movement here. Got out here and market dropped, still dropped. Then NFP came around here, I think, yeah, and still dropped. And I watched all these whole movements because there's no entry, any possible entry. So what is our possible entry on GBP/USD? It's very hard to tell. That is why it's last on the list. It's very hard to tell. Going back to H4, I don't know the strength of how the bull strength can be. Price can push up to this level here, but I really do not believe price can pull up to this level. However, there's nothing impossible in the market. Market is still the market. We still have fundamentals on GBP coming up. We have the GBP CPI, I think on Wednesday or Thursday, either of the day. So that enough can see market move to that level. But then I will always keep watch on GBP USD and see, and if there is any entry confirmation on any of these trades I have analyzed, I will always keep updated both on YouTube and on our WhatsApp group. Thank you very much for staying and from watching to the end. Thank you very much. So kindly, if you enjoyed this video, kindly give us a thumb up, like this video and subscribe, share too. There's more value to be shared here. Every week, every day, you get value here. So I want to quickly run us through our setup in like 1 minute. Here is what we have for NZD CHF, then NZD card 2, either a touch. Yeah, in fact it's already moving. If I can risk it, this should be my trade for this morning self. Okay, let me see if the risk is reasonable. NZD card H1. It's still, it's still, it is still within my, strategy and risk. First touch here on this trend line, the second touch here, and it has made its third touch. Yeah. With the risk, worth it. No. It's not even up to 1 to 2. No, the risk does not worth it. At least I need about 1 to 3 risk to reward. This 1 to 2 is not worthy. It's not worthy at all. But if we see price pull back up to this kind of level, okay, I have my 1 to 3. Okay, this is good for NZD card if it happens. If this happens, so NZD CHF AUD. Okay, AUD is already pulling back, but I don't like that. I wanted to sell small AUD CHF, let it drop small then back. However, if this continues and you have our entry confirmation, I will gladly open. Then this, let it close below this support level, make a retest, come here dude, break through clearly, retest, then come down, so that I can gladly have my entry here. And voila, we are in. Okay, and these two, GBP AUD, NZD USD, AUD JPY, GBP card, AUD USD. Let me put, okay, so you're expecting something like this. Then lastly, GBP USD. Thank you very much, and that's all.